Technology. It's a daily part of our lives. When you wake up, when you get out of bed, it's there. When you walk out of your house, when you go to work, when you go to school, wherever you walk, it's all around us. And it has so many uses for human beings in so many different ways in our daily lives. Over time, we somehow are able to make it better and better and better in different ways for so many uses. Now, do you ever think that technology could actually be harmful to us? Now, I don't mean in a physical way. I mean in different ways. Because some people might think that technology it has a harmful effect for some people in our daily lives. So let's get into it. So first, let's look at the pros of technology. There's so much pros to technology that that more than the fingers on my hands. But for this speech, for what I'm about to say to you, I'll only name just a few. First, let's talk about medical advancements. Now, over time, medical advancements has transgressed a long way, a long way, and that's something really good to see. But technology today, it has moved it forward drastically in a good way to help so many people. Back then, back then, we had other ways to fight off against, conditions, syndromes, diseases, diseases, but not to the extent that we do now. Now, due to technology, human beings have higher lifespans. We're able to preserve people's lives. Oh, people's lives for people who have diseases, certain conditions that are very harmful for them, harmful for them. We're able to have technology that can check how our bodies are doing, how our bodies are doing, technology to help create medications in order for people to use in order to preserve their life. For example, I have hearing loss. When I was a little kid, I suffered I suffered hearing loss in the fifth grade due to a chronic kidney disease that I happened to be born with. Born with. Now, when I first got my hearing aids, they were really big, and I wore it like that for years. But technology were able to make hearing aids small as this, so I can be able to put in my ears, which was helpful to me because I was insecure over a long period of time about it in my ears. Some people will look and stare. But don't get me wrong, it helped me out for sure because it did its job for my hearing loss. But having those new ones that technology made really helped me, and it was more convenient in a way too than it would be to have the big ones. Now let's move on. Um, n- let's move on. Next, next we have and the next pro is internet, mobile phones, computers. Computers. Now we communicate with each other in so many different ways. Internet has transgressed so far, so far. In order we can do just about anything with the new with the new laptops they make every single year. They make it faster and better for so many uses. It helps me with school on a daily basis to do so many things for my classes. Even during this pandemic, even during this pandemic, I'm able to video chat clearly with my professor and fellow students in order to pursue my education. Or to pursue my education. Mobile phones, whether it's Apple or Android, make new models every year, and somehow They were able to make it better and better and better to do so many things that previous predecessors of mobile phones couldn't do before. And it's great to see. Great to see. Um, the internet, we've moved so, we moved forward with the internet in so many ways. It's transgressed. I mean, now I can look up just about anything on the internet, anything, anything, and I say that's that's a great achievement. Technology, technology has a technology has able to move these three things in so many ways. As for phones, let's go back to that again. I think again, pe- people are able to video chat with multiple people on call, which is convenient if you have a large group of friends who want to just talk together face to face. And now that we're in a pandemic, it's even more convenient. It's even more convenient to do so. To do so. Now, let's go to the next one. Entertainment. Entertainment has come so far from, let's say, the last century. You know, back then, like way back then, it used to be black and white. You couldn't even hear hear any noise that the movie was making. I'm pretty sure back then the way we watched TV shows and movies were really different back then and not as convenient now. Now, for example, technology has come so far that with these streaming services, I can just about watch anything, anything. And the convenience is undeniable. As movie, not to mention how movies are made today, way different than back then. We have the technology and resources to make extraordinary movies with things such as CGI, which puts things that are in movie that aren't actually there in real life, and that's trends. And the CGI has been there in the past, but now it's taken. But as the years gone by, they've taken it to the next level, which is really good to see. Now, there's another perspective to technology. Not everybody agrees with technology. Well, well, let me put it this way. We use technology every single day, but even people who use technology every single day, have grievances towards it, towards it, towards it. So let's head on to the other perspective of technology, the cons. There are a bunch of cons, just as much as pros. Pros. Technology isn't perfect. Don't get me wrong. It does what it needs to do for the people, but there's other things to it that could affect human beings. That could affect human beings socially. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. First things first. Mobile phone addiction. I say in this generation of people, not even. There are some people who can't live without their phones. Mobile phones are convenient in many ways, but there are some people who without their mobile phones they can't really function really well without it. Some people in my generation, uh, my generation, teenagers as well. We do everything on our phones, do everything. Social media, call people, contacts, different apps, games, etc. etc. And we bring our phones everywhere. I seem I I I'm guilty of this as well. Even when I'm home, going to the bathroom, I bring my phone as well, and I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that as well, and it could be, and to further this, it even could cause accidents as well. Well, there are studies out there that show that that a part of automobile accidents are because people are on their phones while they're driving. That's really serious and very irresponsible. When we drive out, we have a responsibility not only to ourselves and the passengers in our car with us, but all the other drivers are driving around with us as well. Well, to be on to to be on your phone while you're driving is disrespectful to the other drivers who are trying to get to the destination too, and you just might cause an accident that will heavily injure other people, as well as even leading other people to death as well, and that really isn't a good thing or whatsoever ever. Now 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 technology, it's there with us always, but we don't live in the moment. That's the next thing talk about. um we're always recording, instead of living. you know some people will complain that, instead of experiencing something, we're always recording. You'll always see people go to concerts, and instead of, watching the person that they're looking forward to performing, they'll have their phone in their face to record the entire time. And and people will say, like, you're not there living, like, and enjoying it. you know sometimes sometimes you'll see people, do good Samaritan work, and they'll they'll record themselves actually doing the Samaritan work, such as, seeing a homeless person on the street and giving them something to eat, a drink, and they'll record it. Now, there's some people out there who do that to spread awareness, to other people, to get up and do good things for people who are less fortunate than people who have it better than them. But there are some people who feel the need to record to record what they're doing, not because they feel as it's good, but they want, people from social media to see what they're doing to get some kind of to get some kind of clout, or, recognition, popularity, whatever the case may be. And that's not really living. That's not really living. We're living. You're supposed to, you know, you know. And also there is this, this 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 con can't be taken so seriously, because sometimes you want to record stuff in your life that you may want to remember. You may want to show, people closest to you. But 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 think about it. I've seen people, person, social media, take take pictures and videos of food that they've eaten in restaurants, and you know you know that's weird to me, in my opinion, but to each his own. But I say, living in the moment, living in the moment wouldn't require some people to take pictures and videos of every single thing that they do every day in their daily lives lives. Some people see it that way. Some people don't. But it's a con of technology that we see for people in our daily lives. Um, um, Lastly, there are some people who lack human interaction because of technology. Um, there's some people out there who technology is all there is for them. There's some kids, even adults, who just they're home, just shut in their rooms, whether it's whatever it is they're doing, games, TV, or just doing other things on the internet technology, anything. You know, they're in there for long periods of times, and they may not even come, and they may only come out to do things that are not necessary for them, whether it's to use a bathroom or get food, other things, clean the house, whatever. But lack of human interaction isn't good for people. It's not. Sometimes, sometimes it's good to get out, socialize with people. Sometimes, if we're talking about kids who lack human interaction because of technology, they're not they're not experiencing socializing with other people. People, their families might think that the technology is getting in the way of them actually bonding or spending time with family. you know and that's not really good for person growing up to just be so dwelled into technology in the rooms and not going out socializing with other people. I think if you want to go further to an extent, some kids they'll have social social issues in which they are not able to interact with other people properly because they're so because they've dived into technology so much that they don't talk to other people that much. You know, I think in my opinion it's good to go out, just spend some time with people, and even if you don't want to talk to people, just go out, just be around people, just experience, people, or other things around you outside, whatever it is. You don't need to necessarily interact with people, but just go out and do something instead of just being holed up in your at home. You know, at home. Lack of human interaction. Technology is good, but you need to get out every 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 once in a while and do something. Um, I pros and cons, pros and cons. You know, people people have different perspectives on technology. It's human nature. We all see things that you know we have in this world that are convenient to us in our daily lives, just such as technology. 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 You ask the question. Are society dependent? Is society dependent? So dependent on technology? Uh, to answer that question, and from my perspective, I'd say yes. I'd say in a way, yes, we are. There's some people who aren't as dependent as others, but in all honesty, it depends from person to person. Society, I, technology has so many uses for the world, different ways, so versatile, so many uses, so many different ways that that I, that I don't know. The possibilities for technology are endless, and even what we see now, evolution is still going to take place, and people are going to find ways to make it better and better. But it has its flaws. Not with the technology in and of itself. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Who knows? But I'm talking about socially, for society, for people like me as well, as well, as well. Well, so I say, I say we are dependent on it to an extent. It's person to person. Thank you. My name is Matthew Alvarez.